Good morning and welcome to the 2016 Consortium for Verification Technology Workshop. I'm so excited that we are all here to talk about our activities over the past year. So I'd like to kick off this meeting by thanking the entire team for your efforts over the past year. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the NNSA leadership at this meeting. Lieutenant Colonel Ben Miller is here with us. If you could please stand up. Thank you. Dr. Michael Kai. Michael, would you please? And Dr. Gary Stain from NNSA. I'd like to acknowledge the CVT leadership. Assistant Director, Dr. Sean Clark. Professor David Weehee, Chief Scientist. I know he's here. Our advisory board members, Dr. Vladimir Protopopescu from Oak Ridge National Lab. And Dr. Dick Kouzes. Dick, back here, from PNNL. National Lab points of contact. We have 9 national laboratories working with us. So our points of contact are here. We want to thank you for coming out and talking to us today. National Lab mentors are also here with us. And of course, our CVT faculty and students from 12 institutions. We have a great program over the next 2 days. We'll have 32 oral presentations, 33 posters during our poster session later today, and new this year, we'll have technology demonstrations. So you'll actually get to see some of the technology that is being developed as it works. So we're ending the second year of the CVT, and this is our 3rd workshop. We had a kickoff workshop a couple of years ago, and you can see at that workshop we had 58 people. And then last year we had 84, and this year there's 96 registrants. So it's just great to see the progression of the interest in this program. And especially you can see the number of students and postdocs as it has increased over the past 3 years. Okay, and with that, I'd like to hand it over to Dr. Sean Clark, who will give you a few more items of information.
We send out surveys after the last couple of workshops, and we ask people, what do you like, what did you not like? And we try to implement that feedback from year to year and really make sure that we're doing the best job we can do with this workshop. Last year we had a working lunch, and that was surprisingly not a very popular item when the surveys came back. So this year we're doing a not so working lunch, so only some of us are working. So we have some technology demonstrations that are available for the first time this year, and they'll be open during lunchtime and also during the poster reception later this evening. So if you're manning a demonstration, you'll be working, but the rest of us will be coming by to see the great work that you're doing for the CVT. We've also increased the number of student talks this year. Last year we had, I think, 6 student talks, and we had them distributed all the way at the end of the program as sort of an outreach, student-focused session. Based on the feedback from the last year, we actually distributed these throughout the program this year, which I think will highlight the student contributions to each of the various thrust areas. Along those same lines, we're also doing a student presentation award for the first time this year. So we have, I believe, 11 eligible student talks this year, and we have judges distributed throughout the audience that will be evaluating these student presentations, and we'll be announcing at the closing session tomorrow the winners of these awards. The program is all available through our website. The link is here at the bottom. It's just cvt.engine.umich. And from the website, you'll be able to access PDF versions of all of the presentations as well as the posters. So you can follow along or have them for your record later on. So since I'm here, I'll go ahead and highlight some of the agenda items for you just so you can look forward to what we have planned for you in the next 2 days. This morning is we're going to hear talks from Ben Miller and Michael Kai, some overview on the NNSA needs technologically, and then we're going to move into our usual highlights organized by thrust area. So today we're going to have talks from thrust area 1, 2, and 3. At lunch, as I mentioned, the demonstrations are going to be available, so we do want to allow time for the demonstrators to actually eat lunch, so maybe after about 20 or 30 minutes into lunch, we'll be able to go in and access these demonstrations. Following that, we're going to have a special presentation from Ann Harrington, the Deputy Director of NNSA, and she's going to be joining us through a video conference. So that's going to start promptly after lunch at 1:40, so please be back on time so you don't miss this special presentation from Ann. After that, a few more technical talks, and then we'll move into our poster session and reception, which will again take place in this room. So we'll have the posters set up in the back. There'll be food, of course, a bar I think will be brought in as well. So we'll have that in this room, and the demos will also be available down the hall. And that's going to be day 1, and then day 2 is kind of as much of the same. We're going to start again bright and early, 8:15, with some technical talks from TA4, move into TA5, and then some research highlights from our National Lab points of contact will be covered in day 2 as well. Lunch at day 2 is going to be some concurrent meetings. So we're going to eat first, and then we're going to have 2 separate meetings that may be of interest to some of you. One of them is going to be a discussion on the upcoming measurements at the DAF for this coming year, and that'll take place in the Vandenberg room, so one of the 2 lunchrooms. And in the other lunchroom, Ben Miller has agreed to give a talk to the students about who knows what, but I'm sure it'll be very interesting. After that, we'll come back with the last few talks. We'll announce the student awards, and we'll adjourn. We do have optional lab tours available of our lab facilities on North Campus. If you're interested in joining those lab tours, it'll be from 3 o'clock until roughly 4:30. There'll be a bus that leaves from here in front of the league, will take you up to North Campus, and then bring you back here. So you'll be back here around 4:45 or 5 o'clock if you take part in those lab tours. So we have sign-up sheets for the lab tours at the registration table. So if you're interested, please sign up so we can get an idea of how many people are going to attend. So with that, I think we can move on to the rest of the program. So I want to invite Sarah back up, who's going to introduce our first speaker.
What do we expect at the end of these 5 years? Well, we'll have a deep understanding of policy and technology. So in addition to technology development, with scientists working at the labs, we have a strong connection with a